Would you please be seated? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 41st commencement exercises at the North Penn High School. Tonight, we will be graduating 712 of the most wonderful young people that not only this country but the world has to offer. To do so, we would ask that you'd please cooperate with us. We're looking good so far, and we want to get this done as expeditiously as we can. Every youngster in this class is a beautiful person, and we want to make sure that every name that we call is heard. And we know that there's a time and place for everything. And in about 1 hour and 25 minutes, there's going to be a time for us to party. So I would ask that this class and all of us, including myself, because I'm going to have a party tonight also. As a matter of fact, I'm going to have a party at 712 different homes tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank Mr. Ted Heller, Mr. Phil Tackett, and our combined band and orchestra. And I'd like to present Dr. Gears and our senior choir. And if you please rise for the singing of the national anthem and our alma mater.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave? As knights who in the olden times would pledge their loyalty to keep their honor shining and ever true to be, we enter here at North Penn High with hearts resolved to dare our noblest aim to bring to fame our alma mater fair.
Thank you so much. If you would please take your seats again, thank you. While our singers are returning to their seats, there's a couple announcements. I'd like you to know that Gersig Studios will be taking photos of each graduate tonight, so if you can't get out here very close, don't worry, we'll have a close-up shot of each of these young folks as they receive their diploma this evening. Additionally, tonight's program will be aired on NPTV, Channel 16, June 14th, beginning at 12 noon, June 15th, 12 noon, and also June 17th, 18th, and 19th, beginning at 8 a.m. Until 11 p.m. at night. So there are plenty of times when we can make copies of this beautiful, beautiful event this evening. That having been said, we will follow the order of the program. beginning with our Superintendent, Dr. Bowles, and I'd ask that everyone who is to come to the microphone would just do so when your turn comes. Thank you.
Congratulations, North Penn High School class of 1996. I'm pleased to have this opportunity, my first opportunity, to address the graduating class. And I want to pass on a bit of wisdom I've picked up over the years that might help you as you grow up and you grow into life and begin a life more independently your own. I'm going to talk to you for a brief period of time about excellence. I'm going to suggest to you that excellence is not a destination, but it's a journey. It's like perfection. Nobody's perfect, but trying to be perfect is okay. To get it right, you never stop trying. You're always improving, becoming better, and you learn not to accept less than your personal best. That's effort. And the destination is never obtained, but the journey toward it is a tireless effort and bears great rewards. God did not make any perfect human beings, but He did provide us the opportunity to strive for perfection. You have established a strong foundation. This is a good launch for each of your personal, independent lives. It's a good beginning. In fact, isn't that what a commencement is? Or is it an ending? Winston Churchill said, "It's not the beginning, it's not the end, but it's the end of the beginning." Your attitude and what you apply as attitude toward all your endeavors is more important than your talent. A good positive attitude develops a great talent. You can start out with a great talent, but with a poor attitude, fail to achieve all that you're capable of achieving. You've learned that, we hope, during all your years and your concluding years at North Penn High School. And the best gift you can give to yourself is an attitude toward being a lifelong learner. This is not the end of your education. For some, it may be the end of your formal education, but if you've learned the important things in life, you've learned that you never stop learning. And along with the knowledge that excellence and perfection are not ends. They're not destinations, but they're journeys. If you can remember those simple words of advice, you'll serve yourself well, and after all, nobody deserves it more than you do. So, please accept my very best wishes for a good launch to your independent life as a young adult, and congratulations to the class of 1996.
I had a prepared speech tonight. A good thing I didn't have. I put it away because today, as I watched all of you practice, I couldn't help but to see the smiles on your faces and the happiness that you had together, the interaction together, the fun together. And again, I decided to put the speech away because the word friendship came to mind. And as I told you all earlier today, I had the opportunity to sit out there 19 years ago, as you all are. And as I sat there, 3 of my best friends sat there with me. And those 3 best friends continue to be my best friends today. As a matter of fact, one of those best friends has become my wife. And today, she is my best friend. We met each other at North Penn. North Penn was a wonderful place to meet people and a wonderful place to learn. So I challenge you today to continue your friendships. Your friendships are important, but they are something that you need to work at. As you all go away, whether it be college or to a technical career or right into the business world, you will be challenged every day by many different things. But again, friendship is something that can be lasting. And again, I challenge you to continue your friendship with one another. And then someday, 20 years later, you may have the privilege to say that your best friends were from North Penn. I'm very pleased to say that my friends come from North Penn. And I want to acknowledge my wife, Alicia, my best friend, Dave, and another friend, Matt, who happens to live right across the street from this stadium and who's decided to settle in this area. North Penn's a wonderful area to settle into. And again, I challenge you all. Keep your friendship, build friendships, and have a great, great graduation. Thank you very much.
On behalf of the class of 1996, I'd like to welcome all of you to our commencement. Welcome Mr. Clemens and Dr. Bose, Dr. Bond, faculty, staff, welcome families, and welcome friends. Well, class of 1996, here we are. I remember telling you when we were sophomores that these would be the best 3 years of our lives. And they were wonderful, full of winning championship games, performing beautiful music, achieving academic successes, having parties, going to dances, and many other cherished memories. These 3 years have also had a lot of heartache. The disappointment of losing a league title, the loss of dear friends, the many questions about the directions our lives would take. But you know, I'm not sure we would have grown so much had these years happened any other way. The good times gave us energy and hope, and the hard times provided us with determination and patience. I am proud to be a part of a class that has earned recognition not only for its academic and athletic accomplishments, but also for its character and spirit. One time, my piano teacher told me when I'd play for an audience, all the hours of practice and lessons would go into the music they would hear, and it would be my gift to them. I think she'd say a similar thing today. These 13 years have prepared us with an education not only to go out and make our mark in the world, but more importantly, to give back as freely as we were given too. It's going to be fun to see some of you down the road in life as moms and dads, biologists, landscapers, chefs, English teachers. We have been given a foundation on which we can build absolutely anything. I challenge you tonight, though, to build with a giving heart, remembering that foundation, because we have been so blessed. Now, I know we probably won't wake up tomorrow as new people, suddenly feeling older and much wiser, but keep what you hear tonight from all the speakers tucked in the back of your heart. And when you think about what you're ever going to do with your life, look back at all you've been given and consider what you can do to live your life as a reflection of that giving. And finally, class of 1996, as we now graduate and go our different ways, I would like to encourage you to pursue your dreams like Don Quixote, the man of La Mancha, whose theme song was to dream the impossible dream, to fight the unbeatable foe, to strive with the last ounce of courage to reach the unreachable star. I wish each one of you, my friends, the highest level of success in achieving your life's dreams. Thank you.
Okay, first, I would like to thank God for all His blessings, especially for my family. My mother, father, and brother have been constant sources of inspiration for me. Nothing I have done or will do means anything and wouldn't have been possible without them. I would also like to thank God for all of you, my friends, no matter how close or distant we were, because you were all my friends in a way, and you all made my life a little more meaningful in your own way. After hundreds of years of valedictorians walking down their own respective aisles, there really isn't anything I can say now that hasn't been said at some point in time. This doesn't mean that I can't say anything meaningful. I would like to share these time-tested thoughts with you. As we graduate here today, I would like to share 3 small thoughts. They are neither creative nor poetic, but they always seemed important to me. First, we must respect each other. We should respect our mothers and fathers, our grandparents, our friends. If we express our concern for their welfare, they will take care of us in return. Our elders deserve to be treated with respect. Our friends deserve to be treated with respect. Our teachers deserve to be treated with respect. Only then will we see the value in every person. Perhaps we try to support each other instead of ripping each other down and trying to see who's better than the other. We could all stand together as a stronger nation and as a stronger people. Secondly, we must try to understand other people's points of view. When their parents seem overbearing, we should remember that when they were our age, they walked 20 miles to school. Okay? They wrapped newspaper around their feet because they didn't have money for shoes. They dug around for roots because they didn't have any food, etc., etc. And we should understand that, and we should appreciate that, and we should take that into account whenever we get frustrated or whenever we get ticked off at their seeming inconsistencies or things like that, because we know that they love us deep down in their hearts. When our friends do some boneheaded things, I think we should all remember that we all do boneheaded things at many points in our lives. And that doing a boneheaded thing is nothing to be ashamed of. Communication is the most important thing in our lives, whether it be between parents and children or co-workers or husband and wife. If we start communicating with each other, then all the problems that we seem to have won't seem so big. The last thing I would like to share with you is that, most importantly, family should come first. And whether it be your mother or father or your sibling or your spouse and your children, we should always keep our family first in our hearts, and everything else will fall into place. I would like to remind you never to forget to live life to its fullest and to keep faith, whatever your faith happens to be. I was thinking of a good ending to my speech and a way to keep you guys interested in the speeches, because I'm the first of 4 valedictorian speeches. Well, 6 months ago, Brian Questad, one of my good friends and another one of the valedictorians, asked me this riddle. It doesn't have anything to do with the graduation, but I thought it would keep you interested in the speeches until we were done. So here it goes. Okay, there are 2 males with the same biological parents. Why are they not brothers? Keep that in mind, and please pay attention to the other people. Thank you.
What do you feel you can do in order to make the world a better place? This is a question that I've been asked often in the past couple of weeks. How can one person make the world a better place? And what would one consider better? If we have learned anything here at North Penn High School, it is that everyone has their own opinion about what a better world would look like. Yet, if we look at our world here at North Penn as a microcosm of the world we are about to enter, the path to success becomes apparent. Only when we each excel individually can we excel as a whole. North Penn High School became a school of excellence because each one of us, students, teachers, and administrators, excelled. Whether it was in academics, sports, or other activities, the students here have done their part in achieving excellence and have proven themselves worthy of recognition. However, much of what we have accomplished is also due in part to the teachers and administrators who have achieved excellence in their own fields. A teacher's job is to educate students, yet the teachers here do so much more. Without the constant encouragement of our mentors, we as students would not have achieved as much academically, Our sports teams would not have won district and statewide competitions. Our night crier and accolade would not have been lauded as prize-winning publications. Our drama department performances would not have been consistently sold out. And our various music groups would not have received cases full of trophies. I personally would not have been able to make my lifelong dream of becoming an exchange student a reality if it had not been for the efforts and encouragement of Mrs. Murphy, Mr. Lemon, and the entire International Friendship Committee. During my year abroad, I strived to represent the excellence of our school and our country. However, the most important thing that I learned while I was there happened in my English class, where we read 2 essays on the American dream. It became obvious to me from reading the essays that in order to become successful, one must have faith in the dream that anything is possible. The European community believes in our dream, and we should too. The faculty here at North Penn has instilled me with a belief in that dream, and they've made it possible for all of us to succeed. There are so many teachers who have made a difference in my life. I cannot thank them all. However, I think we can all agree that Dr. Bond also has played a large role in making our school what it is today, a national school of excellence. The teachers and administrators here at North Penn epitomize excellence. By being successful in their own fields, they have allowed us to achieve success in whatever we pursue. So in response to the question, what can I do to make the world a better place, I would reply that I have already started to make it a better place by standing here as valedictorian, by furthering international understanding, and by attempting to serve as a role model to others. All of us, just by graduating this evening, have accomplished a major feat and have hopefully, to some small degree, changed the world for the better. As we leave high school and move on with our lives, I hope each one of us will continue down the path to excellence by becoming the best person that we can be. Today, we have come one step closer to realizing our true potential. And only when each and every one of us works towards achieving that potential can we as a society ever hope to achieve excellence and make the world a better place. Fellow classmates of the class of 1996, during the next few decades, I ask you to remember, a rose is only as perfect as its least perfect petal, and we will all make a difference in this world. Thank you very much.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Al. Excuse me. When I learned I would be giving a speech, I had a vision of a man, dirty and near exhaustion, plodding through a shallow creek, surrounded by an impressive gloom, the mud at his feet slowly pulling him downward. Yet, no matter how many times he fell or thought of quitting, he kept going. At his chest, he clutched something, not material, but an idea which made him feel special, pushing him onward, forever. Each one of us has the potential to be that person. Here begins our journey that shall lead us through that mysterious real world, and whose end no one can see. Here marks the start of one of our greatest endeavors, the power to shape these days and the rest of our days to our will. There, in the future, lies the inherent uncertainty that preys not only on those around us, but on ourselves, slowly misguiding and dimming the path created by our goals, ideals, and vision. Within each of us exists the strength to gently trudge into that unknown and cling to those things that make each of us unique, forever keeping our eyes on the stars that keep us company. Congratulations, class of 1996. Thank you.
Get both of them, sir. Both of them. Go, Brian.
Thanks. Okay. Today, graduation. A day when we look back on all that we have accomplished and look forward to all that lies ahead, but as on any other day, too often we forget the now. Today, I remember our friends, Sean and Ben, who, though always with us in spirit, deserve to be here in the flesh. Today I stand before you, expected to impart some great wisdom about the future, but I have none. All I can tell you is to enjoy your life however you can. Take each day as an opportunity to experience, to live, and most importantly, to find happiness. Unfortunately, we often get too caught up in the future and put off our happiness until we reach some goal, only to reach that goal and be discontent again. We must live our lives so that happiness, like excellence, is not a destination but a journey, and savor each moment. Today is a day when we must realize that there will not always be a tomorrow, and that the most important time in anyone's life is always the present. We will never again experience a moment that goes by, so we should make the most of every day. The only way to truly succeed in life is to be happy. Don't wait until tomorrow to make it happen. Today, I'm keeping my speech short so we don't get rained on. Today, I congratulate you all and wish you all the best. But most of all, today, I hope that you never let your todays become tomorrows. But before I get down, I need to give June the answer to the riddle. So, June's been waiting for a while. You ready for this, June? You sure you're ready? Can I get a drum roll? Anyone? The answer to the riddle is, their last name is not June. That's why they're not brothers. Get it? Oh, yeah. Also, I want to say happy anniversary. It's my grandparents' 53rd anniversary, so happy anniversary to them. See you later, guys. Everybody have fun. Let's go.
I have an idea. I have an idea, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I think we ought to do at this time? I think that we ought to say congratulations and allow the class to congratulate themselves. This is the graduating class of 1996. Sometime at the beginning of the school year, I read a story to this class. It was called "The Little Engine That Could," and in in that story, we talked about the hero, and everyone knows that the little engine's a hero. But we also talked about what made the little engine a hero, and we said it was a clown. And I'm here to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, something that you already know. We've got a few of them in this class. And what beautiful, beautiful, beautiful clowns they are. This time we're going to, I'm going to miss them so much. At this time we're going to ask that Mr. Frederick, assistant principal for the class of 1996, join me along with Mr. Drissel, advisor to the class, and Mrs. Robinson, advisor to the class. So if you please join me as we present the diplomas. And I'd ask your cooperation, folks. We want to do this as quickly as we can, but we also want to give everyone their due moment.
Robert Slavinsky.
Michelle Jennifer Leahy.
Joshua Edmund Sins.
Kevin David Coons.
Zachary Ransom Siswick.
Ramona Matulave.
Jillian Jennifer Smith.
Juliana Lang.
Catherine S. Smith.
Nandita Grace Coravilla.
Susan Lynn Sinigo.
Jody Elizabeth Crum.
Michelle Lynn Seckler.
Nancy James Landis.
Janice Lee Senevitis.
Jessica Lindsay Kuzma.
Jamie Lee Smith.
Min Young Lee.
Sumit Hare Krishna Shaw.
Stephen Paul Leck.
Keith Richard Server.
Paul Carl Lighthold.
Joseph William Sharp.
Antonio Laguda Jr.
Tanya Marie Schaefer.
Matthew Jean Lally.
Tara Lynn Shareko.
Alexander T. Lee.
Thomas M. Shortle.
Song Mag Lee.
Andre Schwenk.
Cynthia Denise Lee.
Nidhi Shaw.
Donna Elizabeth Lepp.
Javon Darnell Scrutchins.
Robert Charles Lesnevsky Jr.
Tricia Lynn Reichenbach.
Raymond Francis Lorden.
David Russell Pittman.
Alvaro Enrique Luna.
Daniel Anders Regan.
Paul Andrew Mamzik.
Janine Michelle Ritchie.
Melissa Sue Marco.
Stephanie Nicole Reiner.
Ellen Marie Lapotin.
Jason Paul Repholtz.
Melanie Shea Manning.
Stephanie Michelle Reimers.
Johnny Fu Tai Lam.
Felicia Elizabeth Reed.
Heather Ann Lee.
Elizabeth Ann Seiler.
Jennifer Renee Lee.
Maureen Erica Singer.
Todd Allen Lehman.
Christina Marie Skinner.
Laura Lindsay.
Aaron Nada Schweikert.
Kevin Thomas Lamond.
Christine Victoria Sheehan.
Erin Marie Lawn.
Elizabeth Megan Sheehy.
Marcus R. Leary.
Kathleen Maria Sedalis.
Amy Carol Jennings.
Baveen Sidapra.
Masayo Kojima.
Christopher R. Schweitzer.
Laura Michelle Price Malloy.
Stacy Lee Reed.
Christina Lysak.
Krista M. Ronsley.
Anne Marie Lapino.
David Edward Pop.
John David May.
Danelle Colleen Pilley.
Chad Lawrence May.
Sarah Catherine Pauler.
Michael Peter Luba.
Lisa Marie Pomponio.
Natalie Denise Masters.
Kathleen Ann Reel.
Johnny Michael Mays.
Dawn Renee Rasmussen.
Justin Liu.
David Ashok Pillay.
Jack Jacek Lewinsky.
Thomas Anthony Robb.
Melinda Lee Litnack.
Benjamin Christian Potzer.
Valerie Ann Leffler.
Jason Ryan Potts.
Anna Maria Luberto.
Ryan Gerald Recca.
Marianne Elizabeth Mature.
Jonathan Michael Pistilli.
Claire Elaine Loader.
Thomas Joseph Radisoni.
Christine Marie Kane.
Pham Sonoy.
Jody L. Johnson.
Tawana Shea Rickenbacker.
Amanda Carey.
Jocelyn Jean Rutherford.
Angelica Marie Jacobson.
Vanessa Ann Saylor.
Richard Henry Jenkins Jr.
Robert Vance Burnett, Jr.
Garen Michaud Jamison.
Jacqueline C. Bagley.
Jessica Lynn Kelsey.
Megan Rachel Boda.
Mark Brian Johnson.
Amy Elizabeth Moulton.
Francis Joseph Kelly.
Yael Kaufman.
Sandra Lynn Jayraj.
Michael Joseph Kelly.
Robert Kelly.
Stephanie Renee Mayab.
Gina Lynn Keller.
Allison Beth Gazen.
Jeremy Daniel Johnson.
Matthew David McCarthy.
Heather Elizabeth Jordan.
Kevin Edwin Smith II.
Rachel Elizabeth Keene.
Jeremy William Raudenbush.
Amy Suzanne Garrett.
Emmanuel Valentine Pervolescu.
Kimberly Noel Gola.
Jennifer L. Rittenhouse.
Jacqueline Ann Guest.
Heather Brianna Rogers.
Shelley Elaine Goldstein.
Lindsay Kathleen Ripke.
Joseph Raymond Gillespie.
Carly Jean Rittenhouse.
Eric Grondowski.
Jenna Lynn Schultz.
Laura Rachel Goodyear.
Angelica Rodriguez.
Lindsay Ann Garrity.
Beth Ann Schneider.
Eric Michael Gattenby.
David John Ruth.
Timothy Richard Greco.
Michael Suzanne Rumpke.
Jennifer Irene Groling.
Benjamin James Root.
Monica Lynn Gamey.
Jody Marie Rogers.
Michelle Elizabeth Gallagher.
Sharice Naomi Rogers.
Jerry Lee Keithley.
Lisa K. Rocky.
I'm sorry. Stephen Thomas Johnny.
Amanda E. Schnell.
Ryan Craig Jernigan.
Rebecca Lee Rolland.
Catherine Elaine Freidinger.
Thomas C. Roy.
Porvi Dayalal Dadak.
C. Brent Roberts.
Lynn Marie Jacobinas.
Kevin Christopher Curcio.
Tricia Ann Shorley.
James Joseph Craven.
Catherine Alexandra Cressman.
Katie Eileen Danaher.
Kimberly Joy Garrett.
Matthew Thomas Cooper.
Amy Lee Godshaw.
Christopher DiCarlo Jr.
Christopher David Gargus.
Danielle Cross.
Sean M. Gerhart.
Sachita Rajkumar Dadich.
Brandon Robert Gamble.
Bernadette Ann D'Amico.
Jason Anthony Graham.
Melissa Ann Curley.
Jeremiah S. Getter.
Jeffrey W. Kokenauer.
Christopher James Gottschall.
Richard Anthony Crump.
Alethea Gilbert.
Jason S. Craig.
Christy Lynn Gianfrancesco.
Jason Patrick Scaife.
Julie Ann Gingrich.
Jonathan Edgar Roth.
Karen Ann Gallagher.
Kara Lynn Schoenfeld.
Jeffrey Robert Haig.
Jennifer Lynn Sarnasinski.
Brian Andrew McDonald.
Kyle Robert Richard.
Michael P. McCrae.
Susmita Chowdhury.
Peter Ralph Wise.
Megan Amanda Clayton.
Gregory Lennis Adams.
Jonathan Todd Clayton.
Carolyn Fong Yi Yen.
Holly Elizabeth Cottrell.
Aaron Christine Malik.
Mark John DeVito.
Carrie Walker Holloway.
Mary Josephine Cunningham.
Kathleen Marie Mallon.
Carl Jefferson Davis IV.
Valerie Ann Sutton.
James Robert D'Angelo.
Chang Ching Debbie Lin.
Gregory Crecor Dadarian.
Mandy Jo Jastremski,
Maria DeLuca,
Rachna N. Patel,
Tejal Ashok Dave,
Lynn Melissa Wang,
Jennifer Marie DePaul,
Avni N. Patel,
Michael Joseph DePaul,
Whitney Elizabeth Loke,
Lauren V. Durstein,
Dina Yin,
Ashish Ashvin Desai,
Jesse Matthew Bernstein,
Colleen Jordan Collins,
Stephen Joseph Heckman,
Stephen Isaac Cohen,
Rebecca Naomi Haynes,
Kevin Christopher Collins,
Leslie Nicole Heck,
Amy Michelle Charlton,
Amy Lynn House,
Stephanie Lynn Connolly,
Michelle Lee Hansen,
Lori Jean Cohen,
Cynthia Louise Hayes,
Courtney Marie Cleland,
Kimberly Lauren Haywood,
Corey Ellen Casey,
Sherry Lynn Haslego,
Michael Gashel Clay,
Lisa Beth Hafler,
Timothy William Conley,
Thomas John Hartnett,
Matthew Bradford Cole,
Joseph Gregory Haggerty,
Ashley Lynn Klaus,
Keith John Heil,
Karen Ann Caravulius,
Mary K. Guyman,
Alexia M. Chalmers,
Serene Gulasarian,
Kelly Amanda Carpenter,
Kristen E. Hall,
Heather Dawn Chapman,
Shane Allen Goulden,
Joshua Cheng,
Kenneth Edward Cligg,
Aaron Joseph Krolikowski,
Jamison Kingsley Knight,
Monica Jean Guido,
Scott Joseph Kohler,
Kimberly Blair Warner,
Benjamin James Costco,
Susan Marie Shriver,
Tavia Elizabeth Kopp,
Christopher Douglas Ayers,
Rachel Ellen Kopp,
Catherine May Greenwood,
Megan Marie Kratz,
Lauren Elizabeth Trifoletti,
Kevin Andrew Cook,
Natalie Demora,
Jennifer Ann Knox,
Stacy Lynn Morinsky,
Sarah Elizabeth Halleck,
Mohammed Arsalan Akhtar,
Scott Michael Hardy,
Karen Michelle Stiller,
Krista Susan Hannum,
Lucy Allison Scheidel,
Francis Stephen Houghton,
Brian John Cook,
Jamaica Rochelle Hall,
Dong Jun Che,
Nicole Danielle Heidelberg,
Song E. Choi,
Thomas Carl Kleckner III,
Thomas Ernest Casillas Jr.,
Do Hoon Kim,
Wendy Michelle Pearson,
Robert Owen Kennedy,
Sarah Park,
Pia Charlotte T. Keisel,
Tun Min Pham,
Angela Joanne Kibler,
Stacy Eileen Owens,
Gina Hay Kim,
Christina Marie Pemkowski,
Stephanie Ann Cligg,
Keshal Mukesh Parekh,
Mi-young Kim,
Darshika R. Patel,
Tina Marie Kaiser,
Kinjal Patel,
Dorothy Marie Kramer,
Maureen Ann Peters,
Debbie Lee Key,
Nu Tong Fong,
Kate Kaney,
Premi Patel,
Jessica Suzanne Koch,
Eric Trevor Patterson,
Mary Ellen Kincaid,
Pranay P. Patel,
Kevin C. Kokinda,
Thomas James Patzer,
Victor Hugo Connick,
Jason Matthew Ostrowski,
Mickey Andrew Kratzer.
Jennifer Dawn Owen.
Robert Lee Fournier III.
Jonathan Mark Pampel.
Jamie Robin Friedman.
Jairo Jose Ardañana.
Anthony Joseph Fiala.
James Lee Ogilvie.
D. Michael Fetting.
Michael J. Mudry.
James Ryan Fisher.
Wendy Lee Moyer.
Neil Joseph Fiore.
Chad Robin Nash.
Ryan J. Fitzpatrick.
John Thomas Nelson.
Michael Christopher Fickert.
Faraj S. Patel.
Jamie Lynn Fabiani.
Nanish Sanat Patel.
Jason Lee Foose.
Sarah Gwen Patrum.
Brandon Michael Fretz.
Bhargavi V. Patel.
Glenn Michael Fair.
Atul G. Patel.
Michael Kari Flamer.
Brian Peter Passerini.
Brandy Marie Fitzsimmons.
Hemant Patel.
Patrick William Asbury.
Yuan Pak.
Pete Danielle Arner.
Luwing Pan.
Juana Daniela Aaron.
Alexis Diane Parker.
Joanna Marie Austin.
Kane Tun Wynn.
Jennifer Ann Anders.
Michael Charles Nelson.
Kristen Lynn Arcara.
Joseph Anthony Oskowitz.
Michael Donald Arsenault.
Scott Stephen Novello.
Anthony Austin Almazan.
Scott Robert Nicholson.
Robert Allen Fink.
Jason Oliver Myers.
Joshua Daniel Fiedler.
Joel Robert Musica.
Kelly Lee Fowler.
Kevin Thomas Murphy.
Melissa Louise Freiling.
John Kenneth Myers.
Christine Lee Frankenfield.
Barry Joe Moyer.
Mary Jo Fusca.
Kathleen Francis Norsworthy.
Vijay Kumar.
Courtney Ann Nolan.
Simca Shai Burke.
Jill Kristen Nichols.
James Matthew Berner.
Michelle Helen Niznik.
Jennifer Lynn Beckel.
Tu New Yin.
Edward James Barger.
Brandy Marie Noki.
Stephanie A. Averett.
Franklin L. Myers III.
Despina Alice Athanasiathis.
Christopher Robert McBee.
Nicole W. Anders.
Ian Michael McLaughlin.
Christopher Anthony Accardi.
Campbell McCormick IV.
Aaron May Allen.
Elizabeth Ann Meese.
Matthew Raymond Aubin.
James Michael Mellon III.
Kathleen Monica Albrecht.
Walter Scott Miller IV.
Jill Elaine Baker.
Douglas Paul Miller.
Sean Robert Adam.
Kevin Scott Mills.
Eric Anders Backlund.
Zachariah Michael Miller.
Saul Robert Baseman.
Michael Keith McKelly.
Jeffrey Charles Bantz.
Angela Nadine Myers.
Jesse Joshua Blanc.
Robert Anthony Messa.
Jason Michael Bechtel.
Amy Lee Miller.
Philip Bednar.
Deanna Renee Moore.
Susan Jennifer Biddle.
Servidia Nucala.
Noel Nicole Betts.
Jeffrey Hong Win.
Andrea Beth Berger.
Lam On Win.
Michael Lewis Blake.
Saul Daniel Williams.
Jamie Lynn Bauer.
Craig Stephen Zellner.
Emily Begrich.
Michael Casey Whalen.
Louise Joanne Billingsley.
Tammy Lynn Moore.
C. Alexis Bennett.
Jennifer Lynn Meyer.
Rachel V. Benninghove,
Lisa Jane Morowski,
Karen Amy Bernsteel,
Trisha Colleen McDermott,
Erin Elizabeth Berkey,
Rachel Marie Moore,
Cynthia Lee Bell,
Meredith Jean Methley,
Pamela Lynn Bear,
Thomas Philip McMichael,
Catherine Isabel Beerley,
Shelby L. Winder,
Jeffrey Ryan Brocksterman,
Tamara Claire Welsh,
Jessica Ruth Boyles,
Anna Marie Welsh,
Kelly Marie Buckley,
Megan Marie Wetzel,
Brian Patrick Bro,
Clarence Williams Jr.,
Michael Patrick Buckley,
John Michael Westwood,
Robert Vance Buckley,
Jeffrey Scott Wormer,
Alan David Bruno,
Kevin Patrick Winters,
Jonathan Kane,
Richard Stevenson Ziegler,
Ashley A. Borzar,
Christina Stevenson Ziegler,
Jennifer Lynn Brown,
Christine Chi Young Yu,
Christopher Michael Bryant,
Jill Ann Zaborowski,
Jeffrey Brian Camlin,
Amy Beth Wirt,
Roger Lewis Cairns,
Emily Cynthia Wicks,
Kofi Poku Bani,
Tracy Lynn Westerfer,
Nicole Elizabeth Berner,
Jamie Lynn Worthington,
Kevin Paul Biagas,
Erin Nicole Wright,
Timothy Paul Bidow,
William Bradford Smith,
Kimberly Helen Billick,
Mark Justin Smolinski,
Joseph Martin Hines,
Crystal Rochelle Sublet,
Stephen Richard Houghton,
Danielle I. Sump,
Ryan Daniel Horst,
Liza Allison Spinella,
Amanda Ann Hosgood,
Rebecca Lynn Swartley,
Christina Marie Herbert,
Courtney Jean Stason,
Jennifer Lynn Hauser,
Eric Benjamin Stever,
Cynthia Marie Iredale,
Gregory T. Stringfellow,
Chen Hu,
Jennifer Maria Streelman,
Lisa Michelle Caliano,
Brian Jason Zebany,
Christopher L. Bonacore,
Edward Paul Wilson,
Matthew N. Brindisi,
Jeremiah James Yerk,
Megan Aileen Busfield,
E. Spencer Williams Jr.,
Victoria Inez Budd,
Ari Lee Woodard Jr.,
Craig Tyler Bowman,
Keith Michael Yakel,
Matthew Scott Hauser,
James Christopher Young,
Michelle M. Holzlander,
Renata Sudol,
Bevan Lynn Hupsch,
Dara Lynn Stunkert,
Eric Matthew Hilton,
Peter Joseph Stout,
Matthew Lawrence Hubner,
Margaret Kristen Stewart,
Kelly Jacqueline Hicks,
Rebecca Elaine Stark,
Andrella C. Hayward Gillard,
Jason George Stanley,
Raymond Arthur Hopkins III,
Ryan Anthony Speed,
Melissa Lynn Hilbert,
Linnea Susan Soley,
Christopher John Hill,
Joel Allen Snyderman,
Elizabeth Ann Idacola,
Karen Amelia Snyder,
Stephen Islandborn,
Regina Anna Smith,
Mark Coulter Henderson,
Christina Suzanne Smith,
David Scott Housel,
Augustin Joseph Zabo,
John Hung Huey,
Lisa Ann Staley,
Keith Brian Ostrander,
David Glenn Sweeney,
Mark R. Hinkle,
Julie R. Solomon,
David L. Dimmick,
Beth Ann Staples,
G. Alec Dressel,
Robert Arthur Vale IV,
Lisa Michelle Donofrio,
Amita T. Thurgamunkel.
Heather Marie Esposito.
Christopher Henry Taylor.
Angela Francis Deal.
Adam L. Tucker.
Mary Ann Edwards.
Karen Lynn Usick.
Narissa Lynn Edwards.
Michelle Christine Tucker.
Fabienne Ann Catherine Dumas.
Dana Lee Ungerman.
Jocelyn Faith Egoff.
Patrick Aloysius Tarrant.
Rebecca Sue Arrett.
Dimitri Robert Travant.
Andrea Renee Arrett.
J. Anthony Thompson.
Janine Renee Dyer.
Austin Anthony Taddy.
Chantel Marie Dreyer.
Derek Lee Taylor.
Catherine Mary Donahue.
Alan Paul Tyson.
Jennifer Dilage.
Danica Rochelle Tosin.
Michelle Ann Deal.
Adrian Claire Uliash.
Kylie Francesca Howard.
Kimberly Ann Turner.
Molly Karen Decker.
Sloan J. Taub.
Mara Heather Gottfried.
Gerard Carl Tidy.
Matthew Chad McMillan.
Nicholas Todd Wampold.
Benedict Anthony Mandaraki.
Tappy Paxson, me, Vong Perchon.
Allison Elizabeth Blatt.
Adele Lynn Ward.
Jilly Lynn Doherty.
Jason Scott Veshy.
Rebecca Dwinyi Chen.
Alexander Edward Vassold.
Freddie Dan Eddie Jr.
Louis Nathan Weiser.
Paul Daniel Elliott.
Elena Grajna Tonska.
Kate Marie Dickinson.
Michelle Lee Tacanelli.
Liam Hugh Duong.
Christopher R. Van Gilder.
Uchenna Ago Chukwu Ananya.
Michael Aldo Torzo.
Robert Nicholas Ivanek.
Deborah Lynn Townsend.
Brian Daniel Entz.
D. Alexander Tweedy.
Natalie Diane Dizan.
David Christopher Vallis.
Timothy Daniel Bird.
Kang Trong Ta.
Peter Antonowski Jr.
Philip Joseph Valenti.
Janet Mercury.
David James Verna.
Christopher Thomas Cushman.
Sabrina Lynn Vermillion.
Anthony John Belowski.
Vanessa Rose Venziel.
Janelle Melissa Murray.
Celine Agnes Verdell.
Kristen Nicole Somar.
Dana Marie Viveros.
Carrie Lynn D'Amico.
Carl A. Walker.
Jennifer Sarah Davis.
George Koshi Burgess.
Nicole Ann Cornelius.
Tio Van Bong.
Margaret Aaron Getz.
James Novak Wellbaum.
Elizabeth Ann Ham.
Jason Joel Wardlow.
Andrea Jean Cubbage.
Karen Hope Warner.
Karen Louise Allbacker.
A. Katrine Weber.
Jennifer Lynn Everett. Genevieve Lynn Everett.
Kyle Lee Walsh.
Jennifer Leah Garton.
Lisa Ellen Weber.
Nicholas James Pennicow.
Frank Joseph Volpe.
David Michael Parzik.
Amy Jennifer Corbman.
Tony Danielle Page.
Christy Lynn Grant.
Yvette Morales.
Ellen Elizabeth Ingram.
Thomas Allen Mattis.
Corey Signey Steele.
Debbie Jean Little.
Margaret Mary Staley.
Matthew Eli Lazarowitz.
Joanne Linda Ulmer.
Donald Landis.
Merritt Noel McNamee.
James Michael Johnson.
Shannon Lee Brooker.
Timothy Andrew Dewhurst.
Megan Bridget McGarry.
Justin M. Delancey.
Curry Elizabeth Chambers.
Nicholas P. Carey.
Scott Michael Tantino.
Richard Kane.
Jason Russell Vinus.
Tricia Marie Hill.
Jason Wallace.
Timothy Patrick Ryan.
Andrew Lee Weber. Brian Scott Walther. Stephen Andrew Vincent. Matthew Richard Ward. Brian James Questad. Derek Charles Neidhart. Justin Sung Jin Oh. Christian P. Knopf. Ari J. Senders. Jennifer Marie Kresnitsky. Amanda Lee Jones. Melissa Beth Bart. Mark Daniel McGee. Jean Shou Shu. June Young Choi. Laura Kirsten Nasmick.
Ladies and gentlemen, graduating in absentia tonight, Brent Borneman, Daniela Maria Broker, Bradley Joseph Fronapple, Melody Ann Johns, Michael Kenneth Kiefer, and the Van Vu. Graduating posthumously tonight, two members of the class of 1996 that are not with us, accepting diplomas for Benjamin Nizelek, his brother John, and his sister Lisa. Mother and father are sitting with the faculty to my left. God bless you. And accepting Sean Clark's diploma, his mother and father, Mr. and Mrs. Clark. Have a seat, please. I have been principal for 18 years, 9 years at Kennet High School and 9 years here at North Penn. And this is my last graduation. And I've been wanting to do something for a long, long time. No. Thank you. All right, Dr. Thank you. Now, I know I didn't blow it up as quickly as some of you young folks, but I'm a lot older than some of you young folks. But not that dial stays where it is. These fellas over here brought a dial that they couldn't think I could find. But at any rate, class of 1996. We're calling on Dr. Bo. Oh, that felt good. We're going to call on Dr. Bowes, our superintendent of schools, to confer the diplomas. Once the diplomas have been conferred, there'll be a changing of the tassel, one more word from me, and then they will be yours.
I'm going to depart with your cooperation momentarily from the order of the program to make a special award. We just heard Dr. Bond say he's been principal, a high school principal, or at least a principal for 18 years. 9 at Kennett and 9 here at North Penn High School. Well, it's about time he graduates from high school, so we're going to award him an honorary North Penn High School diploma. Now we'll try to give it back to you. So you see, the lesson in all that is never give up. You can eventually graduate from high school. Even Juan Bond can do that. Now it's my privilege to confirm that these members of the North Penn High School class of 1996 have fulfilled the requirements of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania and the North Penn Board of School Directors and are now confirmed to graduate. Congratulations.
Can the class of 1996 please rise? Being that everyone's going into the future, turning down different paths, let's together for the last time be one and turn our tassels together, symbolizing the conclusion of our graduation. Congratulations. We're out of here! Woo!
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for sending so wonderful a group to us. May God bless them, may God bless you, and always remember that Dr. Bowen loves you. They're yours, ladies and gentlemen.